Hello, everyone. Welcome as you come in. Yes, I have to put up another of these today. I hope actually that good news continues to come forward. We've had bad news today, but I wanted to report on this. Most of you probably already know, but I wanted to make it official. Hello, everybody coming in again. Thank you for this. Let me take these off so you can see. Getting that glare back at you. Uh, I heard kind of through the grapevine this morning that Weissman didn't just leave the Mueller investigation. We've been told that it's winding down, and the MSM has been trying to say that it's indications that the Mueller investigation is just winding down at this point. Well, it's come out now. Several places are now reporting that what really happened was that during this entire thing, and this is what Weissman is known for, he basically was saying that if Trump declassified the information, that Weissman would indict his family members. Wow. This is important for a number of reasons. But the point is that that's not just improper. You're approaching criminal tampering there. I don't care if you're a prosecutor or not. And Weissman has done this a lot in the past. So thank you. Jack Posobiec was one of the ones. And I was going to come out with this, but I like to wait and make sure that I have some of the information clear before I say it. And that's the case this time. So apparently what happened was Weissman had said this, had planned on this, had passed the information to the White House. And that threat is typical of DOJ prosecutorial misconduct in the last many, many years. We saw it in the Bundy case. The same sort of thing happened. And then, of course, when the judge found out, finally had to admit it openly in the Bundy case, she dismissed it with prejudice. And that same DOJ, and Barr's got to stop this, that same DOJ is going after the Bundys again, asking the Ninth Circuit Court of Appeals to overturn the dismissal with prejudice. That's crazy. Knowing what we know about the DOJ and how it's operated, and not just at the top levels, all of those U.S. attorneys and all those people are suspect at this point. So at any rate, so what happened was is Weissman was caught on this, just like the U.S. attorney was caught in Nevada doing the same kind of thing on the Bundys. And basically, Barr brought him in and said, "You're done. You're out of here." So what I'm saying is that this is the very first indication that we have that Barr is serious about cleaning house, at least trying to clean up the reputation of the DOJ and the FBI. In my estimation, that's not going to be enough. He needs to go after these people that have done these things with criminal charges. Prosecutors have unlimited, I think they call it unlimited immunity or something like that. But there's a way to get around that. And based on what's happened, not what's happened to the president, President Trump and his family and all the people surrounding him, is just how the DOJ has operated for many, many years. We've seen it for many, many years. The DOJ, and that includes the FBI, very corrupt institutions. And the people that are in them are organized criminals running a criminal enterprise. Okay? So as you saw when I put up my FBI corruption series, I think there are like 10 of them or 12, there might be more. Been following this for a long time, both professionally and personally. I know exactly how they operate. They're disgusting. And hopefully Barr realizes that what they've done, if they'll do this to the President of the United States, they'll do it to anybody. And they have. So, like I said, I've been waiting for some real important things to happen to actually show that Barr is going to act. This is a very small piece. This isn't saying that he's going forward with, doing the entire cleaning up of the DOJ and the FBI and indicting people. He doesn't need to wait for an investigation. It's all been done. He doesn't need to wait for the House of Representatives. He doesn't need to wait for the Senate to make criminal referrals. He's got everything he needs. He can do it right now. I also heard Nancy Morgan Hart say that on Headlines with a Voice this morning. I just tweeted her article out on Twitter. You can go to Headlines with a Voice and see it. It's the New York City Police Commissioner calls out the DOJ and the FBI, speaks out. You need to go see that. Very, very good piece, as hers always are. another indication that this problem has been going on with the DOJ and the FBI for a very long time. This is nothing new. The law has to change about immunity to prosecutors. I understand that, that they were trying to protect the prosecutors so they're not intimidated, but it's gone too far where it gives them carte blanche to do to others what they don't want done to them. Okay? So that's got to stop. And it's got to turn into a Title 18, I think it's Title 18, civil rights violation when they do it at a minimum, and criminal if it's also involved in covering up exculpatory evidence. That has to change. That really needs to happen. Okay? So I wanted to say that. I'm still kind of looking at this thing in New Zealand. It looks like Alex Jones and some other people have a pretty good handle on it. I'd suggest you go there and check out what they're saying. My feeling on it is, I'm just giving you a very, very general feeling. Like I said this morning, they're pushing this foreign culture. I'm talking about Soros, the New World Order, our leaders, people like that, the EU, all that. They're pushing this culture into us to destroy Western civilization, particularly Christianity. No, I don't think it's a good idea for these guys. As a matter of fact, it's criminal to go in there and shoot people trying to worship, no matter what they're worshiping, right? But this is to exacerbate this friction that's between us. Look what Cortez said. AOC, Ocasio-Cortez. Omar, I think, has said a few things today. In other words, it's always about us. We can't have our culture. We can't defend ourselves against invaders. They can in their countries, but we can't here. Now, I'll agree. The West, particularly the U.S. and Britain, have really raped the Middle East. I know that. It's one of the reasons why I'm so upset with our government and with this entire thing. But if your dad, or let's say your brother, let's say your brother, now let's say your dad, you think he's going to work, but what he's really doing is he's robbing people, okay? He's raping, he's pillaging, he's doing these things, okay? And you find out about it. But somebody's breaking into your house at the moment you find out that your dad has been this horrible, horrible person. Do you still defend the rest of the members of your family from this invasion? Yes, you do. Just because your dad's guilty of a horrible crime doesn't mean you're not going to defend yourself, your mother, and your brothers and sisters. And that's what we have here. They've put us in a very bad position. This guy doing this shooting in New Zealand, it looks very, very suspicious to me on a number of levels. On his AR-15, he has the whole history of Muslim invasions and things happening in the West, particularly in Europe. Something weird about that. And now we have Islamic people, extremists, that are now doing the same thing to their weapons of murder. And of course, all of this is designed to break down the Second Amendment, to take information. Another thing, this attack in New Zealand, it's taken the information off of things like the Barr investigations. Okay, the revelations of the corruption of the DOJ and FBI. What Page admitted to the other day, Lisa Page. The information that's come out on Strzok, all of these things to show that they knew that the evidence that they were giving to the FISA court or making national security letters based upon were all lies, and they knew it when they did it. Okay, so all of these things are trying to get us away. Yeah, it was probably MK Ultra. All the signs are there. Who said that? I don't have my glasses on. Rescue America. New Zealand attack was MK Ultra. They likely had a handle in it. And look for some things to start happening here in the U.S. Okay? Look for it. I'm telling you, this is not good. That's why I'm telling you, make your political statement by buying an AR-15 or similar semi-automatic rifle. I just bought a scope for mine. My old eyes don't do too well on open sights. I did okay out on the range yesterday. I shot 200 meters, and my group was big, but that's with iron sights. Over the size of the target. The target was 8.5 by 11 at 200 yards. But at any rate, so I bought a scope just to help me out there. But at any rate, go out and buy your AR-15 or a similar semi-automatic. You don't have to get an expensive one. Just get one. Make a political statement, because you know they're going to come after him. They're going to try to say things. More people got to get out there to make this political statement. Plus, if it does go crazy with the Islamic extremists, if it does go crazy with Black Lives Matter, with the Zetas, with the drug cartels, with Antifa, with the leftist Marxists, you're going to need something, okay? You're going to need to do it. This isn't about, standing up against the corrupt U.S. government. That's out of the question. There's no way to do that. Not unless Trump takes some steps, and he's refusing to do it at this point. We'll see. Don't do anything outside competent authority, sheriffs, governors, things like that. If you're in a place like Colorado's turning into a hellhole now, like California, Illinois, Vermont, New York, etc., you might, they're going to keep pushing us. If you keep moving and going to a new place, they're just going to follow you. And I could tell you the history of that as it goes along with this Islamic thing and a lot of other stuff, but they always follow the people that are trying to practice the perfect law of liberty and screw with them and mess them up. And that's what's happening here, okay? So constantly moving around isn't going to resolve it. At some point in time, we're going to have to take a stand and deal with it as the consequences dictate. I'm not looking forward to those days. That's why Trump has to act and support and defend the First, Second, and Fourth Amendments. All right. I'm going to go ahead and go. Good on Barr. First evidence that he's actually going to do something. It hasn't gone far enough. He's got a long way to go yet. In the next 2 weeks, I'm watching very, very closely. I still want him. He's got enough information. He can present it to a grand jury now and get an indictment on Comey, on McCabe, on all those people, and including Hillary. I don't expect him to get it on Hillary right away, if at all. I'd like him to. He should. There's more than enough evidence, but he's at least got to go after, the people in the IC that have done all this terrible stuff. Okay, out here for everyone.